Welcome, everybody, to another episode, series, whatever, of Katawa Shoujo. This week we will be venturing into the last two endings of Rin, and we will maybe be starting Shizune, depending on how much time it takes to go through Rin's. Rin's stuff might be a little bit more, might be a bit longer, because a lot of it, as I've seen, is sort of open-ended, so all the choices we made were actually very not impactful until, certain ones that were. So we might just have to read through a lot of stuff that we didn't read because a lot of it might just be very similar, very samey. So we're going to start here, and I'll meet you at the next choice. Okay, and we're back. So, here's where we got painted by Rin, and we're just gonna say I wish I was as good as you. I wish I was that good. Kind of embarrassed myself. Would you have to be me to be as good as me? I don't think you'd want to be me. No, I guess not. Maybe just some sort of approximation then. Take a closer look at her work, and it's still glistening with slow drying ink. Is that all? It was. Okay. Sick. And we're back again. So it's refreshing is what we said last time. This time I want to say it feels like I'm stuck, which sounds really depressing. I feel like I need to start moving in some direction, too. That's how this school makes me feel. I don't think that's a bad thing. Yeah, me neither. Suddenly I realized I've just been babbling my thoughts to Yuko out of the blue. She's been a jumpy person, so I feared I might have made a bad impression. Wow, these decisions really don't mean too much. It's a little different. And whoa, Emmy's mom. Whoa. All right. Here we are again. So this time I want to be more like Emmy. Emmy probably has done it. She's so happy and energetic, a runner girl without legs. If anyone has beaten a disability, it must be her. Makes me feel a bit better, too, and I lean back against the tree, breathing out deeply for the first time in a long time. Well, that was it. Alright, so this time we have 3 choices. This one's a little weird. Again, they all basically say the same thing, so we put a little save point right beforehand, and we're just gonna go through them. You should aim high. Oh, wait, sorry. Anyway, I don't think I have much else to say other than you should go for it. You should aim high. I think you should aim higher. You should take a chance. Even if you crash and burn, at least you tried. It'd be worth it just for that. Nomiya sucks in his breath and lets out after a pause if he wants to add something, but he manages to restrain himself. Finally, Rin replies to me. Said, no. You don't think I'm good enough like this? No, I think that you're selling yourself short, if you think like that. It's cowardly. Rin looks absent-mindedly at me, not saying anything, and I can't even tell if my words had any effect on her. Oops. Sorry, I just keep trying to skip. Okay. Then we will go back. You'd be wasting your talents otherwise. You'd be letting your talents go to waste if you don't. Go where? To waste. I think it'd be a waste for people not to see these things. Try to press her a bit to exert some sort of decisiveness out of her, but Nomiya decides to intervene. Oh, it's not that bad. I agree that it's important to strike when the iron's hot, but Shizuka is still just 18. She's 18? Oh, shit. I mean, it makes sense. It's just, I mean, yeah, I guess they have to make them 18, or else this would be weird. It's just funny, because they're in high school, I don't know. She'll have time for her abilities to mature. That said, there are many advantages to try and make a break at just such a young age, if at all possible. Yeah, but... Now, my boy, it's a big decision. Even though I'd like Shizuka to be more decisive as well, she has time to mull it over. Wow, he seems really supportive about this. I didn't think he was before. Why don't we let her decide? You have good intentions, but in the end, it comes down to her own feelings. What the fuck? Where are you coming from, bro? You were not like this last playthrough. Any thoughts on the subject, Shizuka? You've been quiet all afternoon. We both look at Rin, who doesn't return either of our gazes. No, I think I'm going. You are? What a shame. Promise me you'll give some kind of an answer in a week or so, alright? Alright. Good girl. Huh. Rin stands up, trots out of the room without anyone saying anything further. Nomiya looks at me in his circular pink glasses, smiling sympathetically. You've made friends with her then, Nakai? Well, something like that, I guess. Depends on how you look at it, to be honest. I'm not really sure. It's more like me and Rin just tend to hang out around each other irregularly, or talking about, or not about something that more often resemble some twisted mockery or philosophy rather than normal. Everyday things like friends, everything that friends chat about. Well, that's good, isn't it? You're a new student, and we will be promoting integration into the student body and such. Can't remember all the buzzwords they spew at the faculty at Yamaku Foundation meetings, but that's how it is. Tezuka isn't the most social person around these parts either. Yeah, that's definitely true. This one gave us so much more than the last one did. Okay. And then we go back again. You won't get a chance like this again. I mean, the teacher is probably right. You are not going to get a chance like this again. People don't get many chances in life, and you shouldn't waste any of them, even if you have doubts. Rin stares at me unresponsively. It's like my words don't have any meaning to her at all. I don't think I want to talk about this. I'm going. Rin stands up and trots out of the room. Oh, okay. Sorry, I think I made her upset. Haha, don't worry about it. She'll be fine, I'm sure. I'll talk to her later. Nomi looks at me over her circular pink glasses, smiling sympathetically. Okay. Alright, here we go. So we're back here at another choice that's got like a bunch of different little things to do. So we're gonna do What About Me again. I'm your friend, for one. And then we go forward, and then there's another choice here in a little bit. Like Emmy, I have a club meeting of my own, so I head straight to the art club room at the end of the hallway. Only a few members are present today, so the mood's even more laid back than usual. Rin is off working her exhibition project, but I wonder if the rest are simply just playing hooky, defeated by the heat. Also, I don't know why we're skipping. This is something we've done already, so I don't know why it's acting like it's different, but okay. I half-assedly sketch something with my piece of graphite, but do a poor job of it. My fingertips are turning pitch black from holding the graphite and smudging it on the paper, accidentally and on purpose. I've improved a little, but Rin's level is still far beyond my reach. Eventually, Nomiya comes in and makes his way around the room, checking on what we're doing and giving comments on the works in progress. He stops behind me and bends closer to look at my poor sketch. Tried to take a few pointers from Tezuka, have you? Well, I looked at how she draws and haven't exactly asked for advice, no. Let's see here. He casually picks up the piece of graphite from my hand and lightly draws some faint, barely visible lines over my sketch to illustrate places that need improvement. I already feel frustrated about not seeing the obvious flaws before, but with a couple of careless-seeming flicks of the wrist, Nomiya has made them plain as day. Straightening up, he throws a sideways glance at the seat where Rin usually sits. Such a nostalgic feeling, almost like a bird flying from the nest. I'll miss Tezuka when she graduates. Begins from here, you know. Nearly makes my eyes a little misty. Do you really think she has a chance to make her big break with the exhibition? Nomiya turns to look up from my sketch, adjusting his glasses. He rubs his chin, looking contemplative. Why not? It's like she's going to be an overnight smash hit or anything, but getting the word out there is very important. Connections are pure gold. Maybe this is the most important thing to gain if she is to become an artist. Word of mouth is very powerful in these circles. She has some advantages, like her age and technique, you know, the feat. People will naturally be curious about extraordinary things like that. His words have an unpleasant ring to them. Isn't that just exploiting her disability to make her more popular? It sounds fishy. No, it's not like that at all. Think of it as another perspective, like an artist. Would you rather have Tezuka hide herself completely from public view, as if her condition were something shameful? Some people will call it exploitation if we promote that aspect, or discrimination if we hide it. All considered, we're just being honest about it. There's nothing wrong with that, right, my boy? I guess so. Brilliant. It's true that disability has always some sort of implications in society, often nasty ones, but brushing that under the carpet won't help at all. I'm sure Sai will handle her side of the issue with delicacy. I've known her since art school, and she's most reliable. Why is she going so far for Rin's sake? 'Cause it's you who asked? Oh, she has her own reasons, too. Trust this old man. She's more kind-hearted than she looks. Oh, and, she has her... What? She has her reasons, too. Trust this old man. She's more kind-hearted than she looks. But don't let her know I said that. He gives me a big wink, and he covers his mouth with his hand as if to push the remark back in. Okay. I remember the curious way Miss Sayonji looked at Rin almost the entire time during our visit to the gallery. It was like that woman was trying to imprint everything about her into her memory. Maybe it was that Rin reminded her of something else. Mostly, Sai simply adores young people with a passion for art. Her gallery specializes in this very thing, bringing up and coming to talent to the public. It's a perfect fit for someone like Tezuka. This is all new, right? Yeah. I don't even know if she really wants to become a career artist, though, but I guess that'd be the next logical step. I don't have the faintest idea. Like they say, a teacher can only show the door. It's a student who has to walk through it. An old tired saying, but it's still quite true. He leaves to chat with a pair of second-year girls working on some watercolors. Even though he said that cliched thing, it feels to me that Nomiya is trying to prod Rin through a certain door in particular, but I can't blame him for that. I literally shoved Rin towards that door with my speeches about wasting opportunities and whatnot. Nomiya feels like it's time for him to let Rin test her own wings. He has absolute confidence in this endeavor. So I want to say that I think this is all new because of that choice we made 2 choices ago with the 3-pronged one. But none of those were the choice that we decided to make in the first place, because none of them had a little check mark next to it. So there was a choice before that. So these choices that we've been making don't necessarily impact if it's a good or bad ending, but it does impact the text that's being said. And I won't go back to get every block of text, but just for record, that the choices don't really matter in what the ending is. It just matters in what's being said. So I'm not actually going to go through and see all the different things that should have been said, but yeah. I wonder why I can't shed the anxious feeling that I have inside me. It shouldn't have anything to do with me. Maybe I'm just bothered by exactly that. I really don't have any part in this. I would like to be a part of Rin's life, and her part of mine. Like friends should be, and that's what called us. That's what she called us. I wonder what she really meant. I feel like I'm so far apart from her, even when I'm not. It's the same as with Rin and Emmy. I just can't understand her. What am I to her? Oh shit, these are like a whole new sets of choices. What did we do before? We did like the same path. This is so weird. Okay. Man, this is like a whole new playthrough of Rin's. I want to support her. When she needs support from her friend, it's the least I could do. How could I call someone my friend if they weren't there when she needs me? Nomiya's boisterous laugh fills the quiet after... This is all new, right? Yeah, this is crazy. Nomiya's boisterous laugh fills the quiet afternoon just as the club meeting ends. He pats one girl on the back encouragingly. I think about all the things that have led me to this point. All the things that I've shared with Rin during the few weeks that have been at Yamaku so far. I understand so very little in the end, and I'm sure of one thing. I want to keep going with what I have to Rin. I want to throw myself into whatever will come out of this exhibition project along with her. I turn my gaze back at the black mess of the sketch and the near-invisible guiding lines the teacher drew over it. No pattern emerges, nothing that could take me further than I am. This is crazy. Hold on. I want to understand her. In the end, even though we've made friends with each other, I really don't feel like we've gotten any closer. How could I call someone my friend if I can't understand her? And then his laugh fills the room. No pattern emerges, nothing that could take me further than I am. I put the graphite down on the table and think hard and honestly about what I really want. Man. This is crazy. Okay, so in the mix of all this confusing garbage, I saved over the part that I was before, where it was like, Emmy, I think was the other option. Again, we're just gonna get here anyway, so I'm sorry if you really cared. I can't go back, and it takes so long to get here. So why did you turn away from being an artist? Why did you stop exactly? You've mentioned that before. Oh, that's a long story. Nomiya throws a sideways glance at the gallery owner, who has drawn her mouth into a thin, straight line. I've had a life-changing experience like that, even though I didn't realize it till later. Did I tell you that Shai and I have known each other for a long time? We studied at the same school. It's been, goodness, how long has it really been? Please don't count the years, Shinichi. Maybe you're right. At any rate, we were in school and we had this, friend, I should say. We were in the same program. I think I met Shai at some party. I got to know Shai through him, in fact. He was a spectacular artist, much like Chizuka, great talent despite the young age. He easily left the rest of us in his dust. Didn't we already hear this? No? Okay. We were good friends, he and I, but there were things that created friction from the friendship. Felt like I was watching him from afar. You weren't the LD one. Nomiya coughs, looking embarrassed. At any rate, he ended up taking his own life. Such a tragedy. In retrospect, that was what made him choose a career as a teacher in the end. Oh, shit. Yeah. Choose me choose the career. I never was that brilliant, nor that passionate. I desperately wanted to be a career artist, but I was not suited for that. It seems so much deeper in the lore. You were good enough. Perhaps I would have been. But this isn't something this is what I ended up with. I just didn't have that drive after he was gone. I'm fond of kids and enjoy all forms of art, so it felt rather natural to take this path in life. But I think that all history with that friend of ours was the key thing. As sad as it was, a turning point, as they say. Sai stands up and digs in the pocket of her jacket for a cigarette and a lighter. Her hands are shaking. Going out for a smoke. Wordlessly, Nomiya and I both decide to follow her after a moment. So I guess that was just him describing his friend, but the other one was her describing that it was her lover, which is weird. It's already dark outside. Sai is standing with her back to us, taking sharp whatevers. Okay. Alright, so this is the real choice that we've been leading up to this whole time. Then explain. So actually we need to save here, because this will be annoying if we don't. Okay. Then explain. Fine. Then explain to me. I can't. Same old stupid pattern emerges again. Me asking her questions to which she replies with answers that don't answer anything, because it's the only way we can converse. Apart from me listening to her blabbering about whatever, which isn't really a conversation. Is this a play? Are we some unseen roles that we have unknowingly set ourselves into, dictating the rules of engagement whenever we see each other, inevitably leading to us hurting each other? Her nonchalant answers accompanied by even more nonchalant shrugs leave me with none the wiser. I hate it. So, I don't think I know what to say myself. I want to be angry. I am angry, but I feel so powerless. Did we go through all this? No, okay. Would anything I say matter at all? It's fine if you don't want to turn me down, but at least do it properly. And if you do, then last night was definitely a mistake. In fact, this whole thing might have been a mistake. I don't want to turn you down. So you can't decide? But why are you playing with me like this then? Hug, then ignore me. Kiss, then ignore me. Play a little fiddle. Play me like a fiddle? Sorry, is that it? Kiss me, then forget again. My voice is sounding very angry again, even to myself. Rin too finally catches the mood, and her curious expression changes instantly to something more uncharacteristic. No. She leaves it at that. Her eyes are restlessly wandering around, searching the room as if the words she tries to find were written in the paintings she herself had wrought. Then what? I needed to paint, so paint. My vision is filtering through the blood-red lens of the unbridled anger. Don't gimme that, Rin. I'm not some damn muse of yours, free to be abused for the sake of painting. I'm not some medium you can for whatever you aspire to. I am me. There's a limit to selfishness. Rin looks down at her toes, wriggles them a little melancholically while she takes my outburst without saying anything to defend herself. Only after I've finished does she try to respond somehow. I can't do anything else. Or I could do all sorts of things, but I can't do... It's the only thing I sort of do properly most of the time. Yeah, that much I've figured out by myself, thanks. Art first, everything else second. Or thousandth. These are things we've said before. This sucks. You ever pause to consider that from a perspective other than yours? I snarl the words from beneath my teeth. It tastes like poison anyway. Rin is positively alarmed by now, so at least she's not completely dense, but it seems that she doesn't understand what I'm angry about. I can't believe even she could be so stupid. I didn't want to... This time, it's Rin who interrupts herself mid-sentence. Don't you understand? I can't. Can't what? She doesn't get a word out of her mouth. You never explain yourself. How am I supposed to understand anything if you never say anything? Why don't you ever talk? Say something! But she doesn't. Venting my anger at her feels satisfying, and being satisfied about it feels terrible. But I can't stop myself. I try to discern some hints from her reaction through my adrenaline-distorted vision. My feedback was not the best kind, but I hope Rin got the clue that she just can't ignore everything else whenever she feels like it. I'd hate it if she didn't. She never listens to anything. She's so unaffected by the world around her. Not this time, it seems. Her body is shaking from holding back tears. But I already know that Rin is not crying. Go away. Go away, Hisao. I'm sorry. I can't deal with this. Her voice is tiny and tired. She says this, but I hear the words clear as day. The blunt, hollow remark is a fitting conclusion to this unpleasant discussion that has become even more unpleasant in a very one-sided yelling match. I leave the atelier feeling angry and guilty. I never believed we would end up like this. I'm not like this. Rin is not like this. No matter how infuriating, unbearable, and outrageous Rin is, this is not like her. She really did change. Or was it me who changed? Maybe I only thought I knew her. Maybe I knew the Rin that she isn't. Or was it me who caused all this by talking Rin into taking her chances with the exhibition? Am I directly responsible for Rin becoming like she has been for the past few weeks? I can't think of any explanation for her weird behavior other than the exhibition and all the things that came along with it. Maybe it was the only way that she could have brought us closer. But all it did was separate us further away from each other, and now, beyond the reach of either of us. Damn. Darkness covers the gardens of Yamaku High School, enveloping these small dormitory rooms in the blankets of the night. In one of those rooms, I lie on my bed, tired. So very tired. I gave up. I can't lie to myself that everything is alright, that everything will work out. That's not how these things go. It's 3:30? Oh, at night, in the morning, right. I was like, damn, it's really dark for 3:30. I glance at my watch to see that it's 3:30 at night. I slide my finger over the glass surface, over the watch's face. It's been pretty dependable ever since I decided to start wearing it, always knowing what's going on, even when I didn't. I turn my head to see the neatly arranged assortment of medicine on my night table. They are dependable too, things I'm going to depend on for the rest of my life. I think of the limited days ahead of me, the infinite vastness of time that opens up in the front of the others. The time I wasted chasing things out of my reach, time I will never get back. I take off my watch and lay it down on the table. Damn. That was the end? That was so weird. Because, like, the beginning that made her pissed off, or that made Hisao pissed off, he yelled the same things that he said in the good ending. So, that's strange. No music, though. Damn. Okay. Well, I'll see you at the neutral ending. Maybe? Maybe there's more dialogue we gotta get through.